Okay, so let me just preface this video by saying I completely forgot to attend the KSI concert, and I would say that the only reason for that is because it just wasn't the most appealing thing to me in the world, and this is completely my personal opinion, and I feel like even though I know that the majority of the Roblox community agrees with me that concert events on Roblox are not the best thing, like it's not their best events, I'm completely aware that there are still going to be a few people out there, even if it is just a few of you, that completely disagree with all of those opinions, and that is completely fine. And if anything, I'm just more curious to hear and try to understand your perspective on concert events, because since it's so different to what the majority of people think about them, which is typically a negative opinion, I personally still want to hear it, and I feel like it's more than necessary for everyone to hear every single side and every single perspective on this. But right now, I think there has been 6 concert events on Roblox, or technically 7 according to the Roblox wiki page, but the first ever one that we got to see was the One World Together at Home thing, and that was over a year ago at this point. But with that, because that was the first ever Roblox concert event that we had heard of, our expectations was a literal concert inside of Roblox, but it turned out when the event actually came around, it was basically just a video being live streamed inside of a Roblox game, and I believe they took part in that because they were trying to practice for the Bloxy Awards. And then of course we also had the Ava Max launch party, the Why Don't We launch party, the Zara Larson launch party, and most recently the KSI launch party, and I feel like we should just exclude the Lil Nas X concert from this, because that truly was a one-of-a-kind Roblox event, and I think everybody can agree at this point that the concert that Lil Nas X had on Roblox, it's quite easily one of the best Roblox events that they have ever given us and that they have ever produced, and just the quality was so insanely high, and especially when compared to the other concert events, which is, I think that's one of my biggest questions or concerns with this entire thing, because like, I'm not trying to purposely be negative with this, it's more just a concern than anything. I'm just very confused as to why the Lil Nas X concert was one of the best Roblox events that we have ever gotten. Why was that so high in quality? And then the rest of the concert events were just basically nothing more than a video being played on a screen inside of a Roblox game. Like, we could just watch a video on YouTube. During these concert events, because it's just a video playing on a screen, people mostly use full screen anyway. We do not need to enter an entire Roblox game just to stand there and stare at the screen inside the game the entire time. Like, I would completely understand if there was actually something to do inside of the game whilst the concert was going on, which is exactly what the Lil Nas X concert gave us, and that's why I'm not grouping that one with the rest of the launch party events. But I mainly wanted to talk about this because I saw Creekcraft made a very, very long tweet about this, and it includes so many incredible points that I absolutely agree with. And then I also saw that Kaneko Kitten recently uploaded a video also talking about why Roblox concerts are so bad and how they need to fix them and improve them. So the Creekcraft tweet says how to make Roblox concert events even better and what's wrong with them right now, and it has 3 points on what's wrong with them and also 3 points on how to fix them. And before I read those points out, I want to talk about Kaneko Kitten's reply, because he said, yeah, I agree with this. Roblox concerts don't need to be some high budget innovative thing like the Lil Nas X was, but could use a bit more than just a video on a screen. They don't really feel very engaging, and that's the issue unless you just like their music, which is absolutely 100% true, because I feel like I'm comparing them to the Lil Nas X concert quite a lot and probably far too much. Like, not at all am I trying to say that every concert event on Roblox should be exactly like the same quality as the Lil Nas X one. I'm just using that one as an example because the comparison in the quality and just the overall quality of the events and how engaging they were and how fun they were as Roblox events, it's like they are not even the same type of event. But this is why I brought Kaneko Kitten's reply up, because he literally said that they need to be more than a video on a screen, which is what I was saying earlier. Like, when people enter these concert events, they mostly use the full screen button because otherwise you're zoomed out from the video, you can barely hear the video, and there's no reason to not be in full screen because there is absolutely nothing in the game that we can do besides stand there and watch the video, which is absolutely to say we do not need to enter a Roblox game to watch a video. So I don't understand why they continue to make these events when people clearly have such a big issue with the way that they are run, because it's a video on a screen inside of a Roblox game, and that's the main thing that people complain about every single time they give us a new concert event, and yet they continue to make that the entire purpose and main focus of the concert events. Like, I have no idea what's going on, and I don't really understand why they continue to put them out there and give them to us in the exact same way that people complain about every single time. But the first point that Creekcraft put out was, if you don't like the music, you are automatically going to find the event extremely boring, that's very true, and evidently so, because I literally forgot that the event was supposed to take place, and that's because I'm not a fan of the music in the first place, but also there was no incentive for me to join that event and participate in that event, because with the reason of me not liking his music being the reason that I didn't participate in the first place, I feel like the thing for me to fall back on should have been excitement or hype built around the concert event, but I just didn't see that at all based on the previous concert events, and I was absolutely right to not see that because it went exactly the same way as the other ones have been. The second point being was, it feels like an advertisement. These past few Roblox concerts just feel like I'm being forced to sit and stare at a music video in order to get some cool avatar items, and at this point, yeah, I agree with that anyway, but at this point, not even the items are worth sitting through a music video. Like, at that point, it's not an event, because the entire thing to do right now is you enter the hub, you enter the lobby, which is always really well developed. I always enjoyed the building of the games, but they are nothing more than a show for something to hold a video that apparently you have to watch in order to obtain these items. But he said compared to the Lil Nas X concert, which was engaging, interactive, fast-paced and exciting, which is a complete contrast to watching a video. And then the third and final point was the bugs, which it's not really something I can comment on because, like I said, the last few concert events I either haven't participated in or I got very bored very quickly and just ended up leaving. Like, fair enough, if one or two people get bored of the event and end up leaving early, maybe it just wasn't for them. That's always fine, that was always going to happen. But when the majority of the people participating in these events feel the same way, I feel like that's when you should realize that there is a problem here. So the main thing that Creekcraft said with how to fix them was obviously the easy answer is to just make them all like the Lil Nas X event, which is initially what I thought, until you think about that a little bit deeper, because just imagine how much development that took, how much money that took, and how much time, work and effort that took to pull off. But the number one reason, and the reason that I keep mentioning because it's so incredibly important, is they need to be more than just videos on a screen, which is right. Like, as I know that I think Creekcraft did stream his reaction to the event, which how are you supposed to sit there and react to a video of someone singing? But this entire post from Creekcraft, it goes into a lot more detail, and I feel like it's very, very necessary that everyone goes through this and reads it for themselves, because whether or not you agree with the opinions that we have on this, I think it's very obvious that a lot of effort and a lot of thought was put into this, and I truly hope that the people at Roblox and whoever makes these Roblox concert events happen reads this, sees this, and listens to this, because if they just keep throwing out these concert events in the exact same way that they have always been, it's not going to work. People clearly are not happy with the way that they are going right now, and the only way that people are going to continue wanting to participate in the concert events is if they listen to everything that Creekcraft has just written. So, one more time, please make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe, because I will always appreciate love and support that you guys give me, and you know what? It helps me out a lot. But let me guessing of everyone on Roblox thinking that the concert events are bad and saying that they desperately need improving. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.